welcome back to the Fighting Fantasy playlist. My name is Adam, and in this episode, we're talking all about Slaves of the Abyss. Slaves of the Abyss is book 32 in the overall series, and is the second release of 1988, and is a special book because it's the second time that two authors have co-written the book. Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone have co-written like The Warlock of Firetop Mountain and other books, but no other two authors have wrote a book, and this is the first time. Paul Mason, Steve Williams. They did, I think, a fantastic job, and they brought new elements into the series, which we will dive in a moment. Now, this creepy-looking photo art here was done by Terry Oakes, and I think it's a fantastic cover, and it really begs a question of what is this book about, because you've got people sort of like in a prison, sort of wanting to get out, and this dude here who looks creepy as sin, just looking at you like not a chance. And you know, you've got these like the abyss creature things flying around, or something from Avatar, and it's just like intriguing, and I think that's what a good cover does. Is it like, you know, what's that book about? That's the sort of selling point for wanting to know more about the story. Now, the internal artworks, Bob Harvey did them. And they're very unique because they're very simplistic in their design and yet effective in what they're trying to achieve. They're not heavily detailed, but they do have like long lines of line art, and it's just I don't know. It's a different type of line art that we've seen in the whole series. It's very unique, and it adds to the overall aesthetic of the book itself. So, what's the book about? Let's dive in and have a look. You are an adventurer, famed throughout Lancia. You find yourself in the city of Calamere at a time of crisis. The city is threatened by invasion from the east, and the army is absent. Lady Carolina of Calamere summons you to her presence, and it's up to you to save the city. You do not hesitate to offer your services, but what can you do? What plan is best? Time is not on your side, and there are dangers more concentrate than time to overcome as well. Now, it's a nice story. It's like an intriguing story. It keeps you wanting to get through it. But it is sort of like good versus evil, and that's it. But the interesting thing is it introduces two or three more new concepts into this series. So one of them is time. You have to keep track and manage time in this book. So what it gives you is a lot of time boxes, and then when you're told to, you'll tick off the time, and then there are a couple of boxes that have page numbers in, and you're like, well, you know, you've got to go to that page and then read on from there. So I mean, that's pretty cool, having to keep track of time and manage it. And it does say that the book is very hard, but if you manage your time and make good decisions, you can actually get through it. There's like one true path through the book. Another thing that it brings into play here is something called instant death, and it's not a Mortal Kombat finishing move. It's basically you roll, well, I suppose it could be, yeah, you roll a double 6 and that's it. Your opponent is fatality, and that's it. But I think what would have equally been cool is if you'd have rolled a double 1 and you would have instantly died. That would have had a nice little, but having this double 6 instant death feature really adds it, makes it easier to do the book. You know, I didn't do it in the first sitting, and I didn't do it in the second sitting, but I will go back to this and complete it because I do want to see what's at the end and finish it, because I'm very intrigued about this book. So I would highly recommend picking this book up within the 70 odd books that the Fighting Fantasy have released, and that's it really for this video. So thanks for watching, and I'll check you out in the next video where we'll be going to the skies of Skylord. Is it? Yes, it is Skylord. See you next time. Bye.